I'm gonna say the N-word. That's racist! You can't say the N-word! Mrs. Obama, I've done it. I've stopped racism. Thank you, Skipper. Now I am free to roam this earth. Not if I have anything to say about it, and I do. I'm gonna say the N-word. Mrs. Obama, get down!
Right, g'day everyone, it's your boy Jordan CS No here, and welcome back to another cringy-ass video on the dark web. Now, today we're talking about a bit more of a serious topic. Because this isn't the usual funny haha Sony fanboys triggered kind of stuff. Now, I'm sure you know what I'm going to talk about. I'm talking about the Fritanga messages, which were recently brought to light for the 75th time on King Thrash's podcast. King Thrash brought this to Fritanga's face and basically said, yo, what the fuck's the deal with these? And Fritanga addressed it.
Those were from 6 years ago, and they were in my Discord because we were building a text-to-speech bot, and we were filtering out slurs and well, not swear words, but just slurs. And we were testing it, and we were spamming it. We weren't directing anyone. We weren't calling specific people the N-word, and we were using several.
He basically said, yeah, look, we were testing out a bot that is meant to block words, and now King Thrash is absolutely convinced that Fritanga's a racist. Even though Fritanga has given very clear context, and he's apologized for this in the past before.
All it needs, you need is one test to see if it works. Why are you doing it 6 or 7 times if that was the case?
Well, not gonna lie, because a lot of us thought it was funny.
He said that he thought it was funny at the time, and he's kind of laughing about it. Now looking at these messages, they're pretty bad. You know, how could you laugh about something like this, right? But here's the thing. If you look at these messages, you'll notice one thing. They're clearly fucking jokes. Sure, maybe he shouldn't have been saying the hard R N-word, but they're obvious jokes. Now, before everybody freaks out and goes, oh my god, Jordan, how could you defend this kind of behavior? Firstly, I'm not, okay? I'm not arguing acceptability, I'm arguing intent. Because what I'm saying is that I don't think these messages are with racist intent. Because if you read them, like he's literally quoting that Keemstar clip. And I know you know the one I'm talking about. Now, do I think maybe they shouldn't have been joking around like this? Of course. I just want to say, I don't think this makes Fritanga racist. So getting that out of the way already, I don't think Fritanga is racist. Now, of course, I don't really agree with doing this kind of shit, but the reason I will stand here and defend Fritanga is because it's obvious, it's 6 years ago, he's changed as a person. He's clearly not the same person that he was 6 years ago, and he's owned up to it. He's said the full context of why it is, and he's not tiptoeing around it or making up bullshit excuses. But honestly, I think it's more reasonable to chalk this down as immaturity as opposed to racism. Now, I'd like to make it very clear that I don't have any hate directed towards King Thrash from this. I just think he's kind of gotten it wrong, because he's made a lot of assumptions about what Fritanga said and the intent of it, and honestly, I think he's just mistaken a bit. But easily the worst person to carry on about this isn't King Thrash. In fact, it's actually Saltiest Gaming, because Saltiest Gaming had a fucking meltdown on Twitter. I'm just gonna read to you Saltiest Gaming's 2 tweets about this, and you tell me whether this is the saddest thing that you've ever read or not. This is Fritanga that makes videos clowning other people's content. Am I the only one who feels like that by that being the first thing that he mentioned, that, you know, Fritanga criticizes people, that he kind of outed himself, that he doesn't actually really care about the allegations against Fritanga? He's kind of just salty that Fritanga makes fun of him. When he is a racist beta cock! You're a racist piece of shit. You're a talentless hack that is lonely and make fun of others. I think you mean makes fun of others. Because you hate yourself. Have a great day, and underneath it, it clearly says KYS. But, you know, not just KYS. I think you can see what it says. Now, a lot of us probably read this and laughed and thought, haha, funny. I kind of read this and thought it was sad. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you read this back, it's almost like you can kind of hear, like, him genuinely just, like, seething. You know what I mean? Like, behind the keyboard, like, yeah, I'm gonna get Fritanga for all those fucking videos he made on me, fucking dickhead. You know? It's like you can hear like this genuine hatred that he has towards Fritanga. This is like some mental health shit right here. Like, kind of just seems like he's been waiting a very long while to be able to type this kind of stuff about Fritanga, and now he thinks he finally has the opportunity. Which, all I've got to say is, Saltiest Gaming, I think you're taking all of this way too seriously. But a big gotcha-rooney came out of this. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it was exposed that Saltiest Gaming has some old tweets where he says a little bit of yikesy stuff. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I read all these tweets, and I just see really bad attempts at edgy humor. That's what I see. I don't think Saltiest Gaming is genuinely a homophobe or a racist because of these kinds of tweets. I just think it's kind of dumb. I'm gonna be honest, I think it's very similar to the Fritanga stuff, and if he had owned up to it and said, yep, I made a few bad jokes in the past, you know, I said a few bad things, I'm sorry. If he'd said that, that would have been fine. But it also kind of would have contradicted his whole stance against Fritanga, because Fritanga has also apologized for what he said, so, yeah. However, I think Saltiest Gaming knew that this would really poorly affect his chances at being taken seriously, because he tried to brush all of it off as Photoshop. Like, another Photoshop, get a life! Which ultimately fell flat because, you know, it was exposed that they're not Photoshopped, and that they're actually real tweets from him. And at this point I thought Saltiest Gaming might say, you know what, I tried to poorly cover up the situation. Nope, instead he tried to say that it was a plot by Big Fritanga to divert everyone away from the real racist. Brother. Oh god. And his whole response to this was just pathetic. Firstly, for a few days he changed his profile picture to the Joker and his name to just the clown emoji. Honestly, he should have kept it like that. It really suited him. Now, my opinion on this is that I really don't give a shit what Saltiest Gaming said 8 years ago, okay? Same as I don't care what Fritanga said 6 years ago. What I do care about is the blatant hypocrisy and the fact that he's still trying to cancel Fritanga even after this has clearly backfired. Now, Saltiest Gaming did at one point try to say, look at all the black people I follow on Twitter. You know, trying to say like, I'm not a racist, I follow many black people. But you know who else follows a lot of black people on Twitter? My mom, Fritanga. I hate myself. But I'd like to ask, does Fritanga get the same concession as you? Because this is really hypocritical, no matter how you look at it. It also just makes you look more racist, because you're using the whole, well, I have black friends argument. Now, eventually, Saltiest Gaming did apologize and, you know, stop trying to cancel Fritanga, because I think even he realized there's no excuse in the world that's gonna distract everyone from the blatant hypocrisy in sight. And I would say this is a decent apology, but it kind of just comes more across as like, well, you know, I've already ran through my entire list of excuses. Now, there's not really a lot that I can really say for the rest of this video, but to Saltiest Gaming, if you are watching this, I honestly think you've let all this internet drama and stuff affect you too much, and all the criticism from Fritanga and channels maybe like myself affect you too much. And I think if that's the case, then honestly, I think you either need to take a break from the internet, or I think you just genuinely need to go see someone about this shit and get the help that you need. Because this honestly really isn't a healthy way to be responding to criticism on the internet, or talking about people on the internet just because you don't like them. Because honestly, all this internet console war stuff, it's supposed to be fun. I enjoy this shit. I get to make YouTube videos about it, and I get to talk to my fans, and I get to make a bit of extra cash. I'm happy about that. I think that's just really what it needs to stay at. Just fun that we can all have on the internet. I don't think people should be taking it seriously like this, and if you are taking it serious like this, then please stop, and maybe seek some help. But anyway, that's gonna be the end of today's video. Don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe. Member shoutouts here. You definitely should not become a channel member, because, I don't know, this content sucks. Please don't send any hate over to anyone mentioned in this video, whether it's King Thrash, Saltiest Gaming, Fritanga, whoever. But that's all for today. So until the next one, piss off.